around that same timeline. It could be cell phones. It could be Wi-Fi radiation. So there's a
That's unlikely.
What?
Isn't that very unlikely, though?
It could be ultrasound. Yeah, of course. Well, I think the Wi-Fi radiation is a lot worse than people think it is, but, I don't think...
How so?
Well, Wi-Fi radiation does all kinds of bad things, including causing cancer.
Wi-Fi radiation causes cancer?
Yeah, from your cell phone. I mean, there's cell phone tumors. I'm representing hundreds of people who have cell phone tumors behind the ear. It's always on the ear that you favor with your cell phone. And we have the science. So if anybody lets us in front of a jury, it will be over.
So what is the number? Because a lot of people use
there's
cell
a lot of
phones.
people with it. They're glioblastomas. That's the kind of cancers that they get. But cancer's not the worst thing. They also, it opens up. Wi-Fi radiation opens up your blood-brain barrier. And so all these toxins that are in your body can now go into your brain.
How does Wi-Fi radiation open up your blood-brain barrier?
Yeah, now you're going beyond my expertise. But what there are. I'm going to use a number here, and you're going to think it's hyperbole, but it's not. There are tens of thousands of studies that show the horrendous danger of Wi-Fi radiation, and
this is Wi-Fi that's in this room.
Yeah, it's
Wi-Fi
like
routers.
You should not be asleep, and you should not let your kids carry their cell phones on their breasts, particularly a woman, because they're associated with breast. They shouldn't be holding them in the breast pocket. If you have to, put them in your butt pocket. You should not be having them near your head when you're sleeping. You need to get away, and you should never put one next to your head. You should always. I will never put this next to my head. I put it on. I put it on speakerphone or use earphones. But I won the case on this issue, suing FCC and FDA about it, and the court sided with me. So now they're going to have to go back to the drawing board and do it. But the Russians. Russians know more about Wi-Fi radiation than anybody. They developed it as a weapon, and a lot of the really good science came out of Russia. And the Russians won't let kids use cell phones in kindergarten or in grade school. A lot of the schools in Russia don't let cell phones in there because of the danger. And the levels of radiation that they allow from cell phones is like 1/100th of what. And I don't know exactly what it is, so that's a number people shouldn't hold me to, but it is a tiny fraction of what we allow in this country.
So the Wi-Fi radiation is obviously different than cell phone radiation. So you're talking about people that are just in a room with Wi-Fi are being exposed to something that's dangerous?
People have different sensitivities to it. So some people are extremely sensitive. They become completely debilitated from it. And
really?
We have
from
a woman.
Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we have a woman who developed an allergy to Wi-Fi. She was in the Israeli Defense Forces, and she was in their cyber warfare unit. She was in a room with it all the time, and suddenly she developed and she's a brilliant lawyer. And she's one of the leaders of, in this movement to make sure that they don't put Wi-Fi antennas on elementary schools, which they're doing now. There's no control over where people put these antennas. So
what do you think Wi-Fi is doing to us since it's everywhere and since everyone's experiencing it, including you? What do you think it's doing to us?
I think it degrades your mitochondria. It opens your blood-brain barrier.
Do you see anything online of how it could open up your blood-brain barrier?
I don't know about how, but
that it does.
I found an article. I was trying to find the validity of it, but it has a statement on here.
Damage to the blood-brain barrier. Radio frequency radiation exposure has been shown to affect the permeability of the blood-brain barrier as well as altering the expression of microRNA within the brain, which researchers state could lead to adverse effects such as neurodegenerative disease. Whoa. How come we don't know that?
And there's a doctor that did a study and said that it's been expanded on researches in China, and there's a published article here, but I was looking around at the page. And
They call it leaky brain.
The findings were followed by suppression, misinformation, and a shutdown of government-funded research in the United States.
It's the same play.
Oh, we got to get rid of Wi-Fi. What the fuck, Jamie?
I
have a hard time with this
pretty cool
place.
though.
Yeah.